Hello everybody, welcome to my little record room here. I said that in my previous video that the next time I return it would be I would do a vinyl update, but sometimes something gets between, and this time I saw a movie that I thought was very interesting to do an answer on. I will do a little short vinyl update during the weekend, so bear with me for a couple of days if you want to see new records. I watched a very interesting movie by Joe, MeanMr Mayo, who talked about culling in the collection, to liquidate and remove old stuff, cleaning up in the collection, so to speak. And I thought that was very interesting, so I'm going to do a little response, because during the final part, the final half year of 2014, I did a major cleaning in my collection. I usually do some sort of a cleaning in my collection once a year, so that is how I actually keeping from getting the collection to grow all too big, to remove some stuff that I have that weren't all that good as I thought, and that I feel like this I can do without. I also have removed a lot, removes a lot of 45s, and during the autumn 2014 I did a major cleaning up and removed I think almost 100 records and 45s and even cassettes, CDs, that I felt like this one isn't all that interesting anymore. Especially it must right now when I have started to collect a new genre in the 70s. So I'm going to take you with me right now on a little tour on what I did in order to clean up my collection, what I actually did, and what happened with the records and so on. So here's a little round tour in my cleaning of my collection during autumn 2014. This is what's left of my sort out from this autumn of my record collection. This is a little plastic bag with 45s. Many of these are records that are in too bad shape. Some of them are duplicates, and some of them, as you can see here, doesn't even have a sleeve at all. And sometimes when you collect 45s like I do, and you find some very cheap 45s, you find records that may not have all the best sleeve, but they are with music that you get interested in, and you think that for 10 cents, why not? I can give it a chance if the records are okay. But the problem is when you're going to sort them out, there are records that you can't just give away to another second hand again, because they are in so bad shape that the second-hand store would most likely throw them away anyhow. It's not something that people would actually buy here in Sweden. These are records that I actually going to have no alternative than to carry them to the trash can, because they are in way too bad shape to give away to any second-hand store. Many of the records that I took away, I carried to the second-hand store that I work in. So many of them have hopefully changed owners, and some of the jazz albums I gave free to a friend of mine, the friend of mine who made me discover jazz, Otto, and felt very good doing that. And some of them became this Jagger dividers, the Karsten Olsen style, where I can have a little control of what I have. So That is what happened with some of my records. What happened with my records that I sorted out of my collection. And as you can see, it's a lot of space here, and very much room still to put in new records. So it's going to be interesting to fill these with new records. I also took all of my jazz records and put them in a separate place. This is all my jazz CDs, all in one place. It's a little hard when you have as much CD records that I have to keep them in complete genre order, because they are you have to do so much moving so that I'm not too thrilled with doing. But the jazz records I felt like I can have in a very easy order, so I can find them very easily. And I also bought this, a new CD rack, so I can buy new CDs, and actually it's a lot of space left. I also bought this. This is a CD shelf that I found that wasn't all too expensive, was pretty cheap, and it contains, I think it's places for around 100 CDs, and I still have, even though it seems like it's full, I have still place for at least 25-30 CDs in the bottom. So this is I was very happy about this one. You can see great places, and easy to sort also. So that is how I did my liquidating in my record collections. Most of these now that what I call music, these kind of collections were out the door because I felt like I have no use for them. It was something that I could use when I was younger and was exploring all kinds of music. But right now when I want to put energy on full-length albums, so I felt like many of these I have no use for. I kept some of them that are in a special genre, like dance collections of deep heat characters, because these are containing songs that I haven't found anywhere else, that aren't too easy to find in Swedish record stores. But many of these commercial collections I have no longer use for them, and records that I gave the rating of 1 or 2 out of 5 are no longer here. I had no use for them, so it gave me pretty good space so I can fill up with new records. Otherwise, I have given getting many questions from friends and so on that have asked me, how do I find the place for all my records? Isn't this going to be tough the day when you move? It probably will, but this is me. My life is records. My life is music, and I'm willing to take the chance the day when I move, and I'm not going to spend the time of wandering around about what happens then. Right now, when it's not when I'm not thinking about moving right now. So I do a cleaning once a year. I did a major cleaning this year, bigger than usual, and that's how I keep space in my record collection. I hope that you enjoyed this little description of what I did this past autumn, and until next time when I'm going to do my vinyl update, I hope that you have a very nice continuing of the week, and so long.